Republican strategist Sherry Jacobus went on Fox News to try and explain away the similarities between Reagan and Bush and Obama on immigration reform, and it was an epic fail.
It's now up to Republicans in Congress, who have the majority, to take some stands against this.
What? Now, they argue that what he's doing is a legal leap, that he can't do it. Others go so far as say an impeachable offense.
Right.
Others say it's worthy of shutting down the government. But it's almost like he's drawing him in. So what do?
He wants to have this fight. Some Republicans think it's good to have the fight. I think I could argue that both ways. But look, the first thing Republicans need to do is make sure the border is secure. And there's no reason to tie that to amnesty or anything else. That is something we need to do now that we have infectious diseases coming over the border. We have that scare, the fact that we have probably ISIS at the border.
Who's to say tomorrow night he doesn't spell something out on the border?
Well, we hope that he does. And we hope
but you argue that quid pro quo would not be good enough.
It is something that should be separate from everything else. To tie it to anything else is just wrong. And anybody says you have to tie the two together is wrong. And they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. And also you hear a lot of folks on the left say, well, Reagan gave some amnesty to some illegals, as did the first President Bush. And the difference is, first of all, it's presidential leadership. This was done for a very, very small group of people. Basically, amnesty as a form of political asylum when they needed it. And the American people knew this, and these were leaders that we trusted, and we knew why they were doing it. And that is not any comparison to what this president is doing, what President Obama is doing.
How is it not any comparison? That's exactly what it is. It is exactly a comparison between the two of them. Two presidents doing immigration reform on their own, and very similar. And she's like, but there's no comparison between the two. But why? Why is there no comparison between the two? Because one was presidential leadership, and he's a leader, and we trust him. And the other one, not so much. Oh, so because of your opinion. That's it. Because you like one, because one is in the party that you're a member of, so that one, it's okay. But Obama, since he's not in your party, well, now all of a sudden it's not okay. And I like how she said, well, one was presidential leadership and for political asylum. So it's different. There's no comparison. Okay. What do you think the flood of immigrants coming across the border now is about? You do know that Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, all those places have the highest murder rates in the world. There's a higher murder rate now there than there was in Iraq at the height of the war in Iraq. That's not political asylum? Do you not understand that the drug war has completely destabilized Mexico, completely destabilized Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, you name it? Do you not get it that they just want to create a decent life for themselves? And that, let's be honest, U.S. policy has destroyed their lives, because since we've been waging the war on drugs, what happened? Well, you've given a monopoly on the drug market to the Mexican drug cartels. So they're making all this money, and they're terrorizing their people who live within a narco state. It's affected Mexico. It's affected south of Mexico. It's affected these countries. So when the kids are coming here, it's not like, they're going on a fucking vacation and they have a great life at home and they're just coming here to screw with us. No, there's a high likelihood they die if they stay at home. And sometimes their parents just put them on a train and say, you're going. Sorry, you're going to take the crazy trip because I don't want you dying. So, of course it's political asylum today. That's exactly what they're looking for. But she's like, no, back then it was political asylum, and today, presidential leadership's not there. Okay, again, that doesn't make any sense. Now, finally, there's a few more points, actually, I want to make about this, but she said, well, it wasn't that many people. It was 1.5 million, and if you take the same percentage of the immigrant community today, you know what that number would be? 5 million people. You know how many people Obama's trying to affect with this move? 5 million people. So it is the exact same. It's the exact same. Reagan and Obama did the same thing. And actually, I got to give Obama credit on this. I think that's why he's doing this. I think he's basically copying Reagan's move, and then he's going to turn around and say, oh, what? If you disagree with this, you hate Reagan. Okay, I didn't know that all Republicans really hate Reagan. I'm just doing exactly what Reagan did. If he's doing that, it is a brilliant move, and that's what the leaks so far have been about the executive orders coming down on immigration. That's what it's going to be. So she has no clue what she's talking about. And finally, my favorite fact to continually bring up on the show, She's like, why doesn't he secure the goddamn border? He just should secure the border. That's all we really care about, secure the border. She says, ISIS is coming over the border. Again, the same. Whenever anybody on the right brings that fact up, just know they're living in fucking Candyland. They're out there somewhere with fairies and pixies and whatever. Because that was from like one WorldNet Daily article, which is a ridiculous conspiracy site. There's never been any evidence of it whatsoever. But she's repeating a conflict. Oh, ISIS is coming over the border. No, they're not. But hey, you want border security? Great. So why did the Republicans filibuster it? Why do they filibuster it? See, that's the thing. These guys don't follow the news. They don't know what the hell is going on. The Democrats proposed multiple bills. The House Democrats proposed one. The Senate Democrats proposed one. Obama got on board with one. And every single bill gave the Republicans almost exactly what they want. I mean, we're talking about deficit reduction in the bills. We're talking about increased border security by a tremendous amount. We're talking about drones on the border in Texas and a 12-year waiting period. This was a Republicans' wet dream of immigration reform, but they didn't want to do it.